wanted to get out. So he studied it for himself, and now he makes like a fantastic living, and he teaches other people how to do it. So I'm taking his course right now online, and he has a lot of really great resources. But honestly, I don't think that a course is really necessary. I guess it depends on the person. For me...
Or, like, how far you want to go with it.
Right. For me, I learned all of the basics on YouTube through podcasts, and I sourced my product, did my product research, and got it ready to ship from the factory, all without the course. I did it just from YouTube. I guess I like teaching myself things, and I don't need the structure of a course, but my dad is someone who does need the structure of it. So,
but essentially, you just like learned from like other people's experiences. So I guess like going off that and like the reality of it replacing a 9-to-5 job, and I've like noticed this about other alternative income or passive income options is like a lot of those fields are already pretty like diluted. So like what do you think its reality of like replacing a 9-to-5 job is?
I think there's a really, really good potential, but you have to be the right kind of person. Because Amazon has gotten so much more competitive and so much harder to sell on just in the last year. Personally, I like the challenge, and I like that it's gotten harder because it means higher barriers to entry, so less people are going to start doing it.
It's not as easy, so it'll be less likely to be a diluted field.
And it's been very discouraging at times, but I just take that, I just kind of flip it in my mind and say, okay, I know other people are getting discouraged at this state, and they're going to give up here, but I'm not. I'm going to keep going, because I know if I like push through these hurdles, then they're valuable lessons too. So
I guess on a marketing standpoint, so anytime like I discover like a new smaller brand, like either it's like a clothes brand, or I've noticed that a lot of times they're like I've been drawn to subscription boxes for whatever reason, is like the reason that I'm drawn to them is because they have such good exposure on social media. Like I either see them I follow a lot of like Instagrammers and like bloggers and stuff, and that's how I get exposure to them. Have you like thought of doing marketing in that realm, I guess?
So the thing about Amazon, and I can talk a little bit, I also have a Shopify store where I sell print-on-demand t-shirts.
Separate business,
Amazon. And I actually started that because I got bored while I was waiting for the Amazon, my supplier, to finish making my product, because it takes about a month. So I was I was bored. I needed something to fill my time. I started a Shopify store. And so the difference between Shopify or any brand or any business and Amazon is that Amazon already gets the traffic. You don't have to draw people to Amazon. They're already coming there. And so what you have to do is figure out what items people are more drawn to. And then try to get in there and differentiate your product and market it well within Amazon.
So there's not really any external marketing.
There can be, like...
but, like, I'm not going to, like, see something that's being advertised somewhere else and, like, go search for it on Amazon. Usually if it's being advertised outside, it has its own, like, website, like you said, or, like, Shopify. So, like, with Shopify, no one knew my store. No one knows my brand yet. Or no one did when I first launched it. So I did a lot of Instagram paid ads, and I did Facebook paid ads, just to try to get people to my website, because otherwise they would never go there. But with Amazon, people are there to shop. So you keep that in mind. But it's not as important with Amazon outside marketing. It is important. It's tricky. So within Amazon, you can still do paid ads, but it's within Amazon. So the, like, all-around appeal of Amazon, oh, my knee just cracked, is that, like, it's pretty hands-off. So I was thinking, like, I know a lot of people who sell their products on, like, Etsy. And it's because, like, and you're saying the draw of it is that you don't have to, like, ship everything and package everything.
And with Etsy, I used to sell jewelry on Etsy, too.
I didn't know you sold it on Etsy.
I did.
Nice.
Yeah, I had an Etsy store, and this was last summer. When
I feel like everyone and their mother has an Etsy store.
Exactly. It's easy to set up, but it's hard to make a living off of it and get that traffic, and it's hard to scale. So that's the thing about Amazon is scalability. Because if you have, say, a jewelry store on Etsy, you can maybe make 20 necklaces a day. That's it. Like, you can't scale that unless you start hiring employees.
I feel like going off like the Etsy thing, that a lot of like people that already have, like, a following of some sort will make, like, Etsy stores because they have that base already created. And it's just kind of, like, an easy cop-out. Yeah. Like, I know a few people that have, not personally, obviously, but, I don't know, I just find it, I mean, it's good. Like, you already have, like, there's a lot of YouTubers already that have, like, established platforms that, like, use that. But...
Well, that's I would say the main draw of Amazon is the traffic, so it's good for people that don't have a following. But if you do, that's fine. You already have a following. You can pick whatever platform you want and sell whatever you want, and people will follow you there. But for people who are absolutely, like, unknown and starting from the beginning, Amazon provides you with the traffic. Yeah. So that's what I would say is the main, probably the draw to Amazon.
Yeah, so I guess for, like, businesses like that or anything where you're starting up a new, like, source of income, just going to keep going back to that, is, like, to be persistent with it. Like, it's not going to be great at the start.
Yeah, and it definitely, well, with Amazon is really the only thing I've actually ever tried to make a full-time living in, and I've only been doing it for about 6 months. And it does take time to start up. You can't do it. It's not a get-rich-quick scheme. You can't do it overnight. Yeah. There's lots of different stages and just the production time and the shipping times and everything like that. Where is I going with that?
So I guess for anyone who's, like, considering, I guess, not going into the corporate industry or whatever field that they're studying or that they originally thought they were interested in and wanted to find, like, a different outlet, what would your advice be to them, I guess?
So my advice would be, and I just want to say I'm not successful at this yet because I've just started it, but I'm working at it, and my goal is to be successful, and right now I have the mindset that I'm going to make this work. So my advice would be to just do your research and know that there are other options out there, especially with the internet today. You can do anything. You can definitely make a living online. You can make a living from wherever you want in the world. You can be your own boss. Just look into your options because people will try to steer you in the direction they want you to go, and they're not going to expose you to those things. They're not going to show you, so you have to find them for yourself. And just know that you can do it. It's just, I think it's, like, I don't want to say a stigma.
Yeah, that makes sense. What would you say? There's, like, a stigma around.
Yeah, there is a stigma, but it's just, everyone tends to go the traditional route, and I would just say,
it's like, I think it's easy, especially if you go to college. Like, it's so easy to just, like, interview and find a job where it was like that's not necessarily what's going to make you happy. Then
I would say that maybe, like, in some senses it's easier to do that, but if that's not for you, then you will never be happy doing that. So yeah, just know that there are options out there and know that it's possible to make a living off of it. So many thousands and hundreds of thousands of people do it, so it is possible, and they're regular people. They're not geniuses. They're like, they're completely average. I just want to say they just have that drive and they made a decision and they're following through. So don't be discouraged.
Yeah, awesome.
You can do it.
Go and get it. Okay, well now, like, going into more comfortable, relaxed topics, I guess there's just, like, so much shit going on this week, I feel like, with all of the, not even just this week, but, like, in the past 2 months.
Past year, 2 years, even.
You thought 2016 was bad? 2017 hit you square in the face. Can't wait for 2018.
It's a lot.
Good things, though. You saw the, like, Fenty Beauty release. Yeah. What do you think? I've watched some, like, reviews on it. I'm not sure how I feel about it.
There's 2 products I definitely want to try from that. One is a foundation. It's supposed to be really, really good for oily skin.
That's me.
I have really oily skin.
I do too.
Yeah, I've heard that it kind of dries down to almost a powdery finish, which is perfect because it'll just soak up the excess oil. Yeah. Also, I just love the brand in general because it's so inclusive.
Yeah. What was there was a what I can't think of the word, like a not motive, but like a theme behind it, and I can't really remember. Like, she kind of talked about it. I saw that one video of Rihanna talking at the release about how it just has so many shades and everything.
Yeah, I didn't see that video, but I know on the original promo video for the release, it featured like a really diverse group of models, and really a diverse range of skin tones, and that's just, with some brands you get zero diversity now, and that's just like really sad, because makeup should be for everyone. So she has 40 shades of foundation, from like the lightest of lights to the darkest of darks.
Albino.
I actually saw a girl who is albino use the lightest foundation and said it's like the best foundation she's ever tried. That's awesome, and she's never been able to find one that didn't go orange on her, and it looked great.
The part that like blows my mind is people are like still find ways to be shitty about it. Like they're like, well, why do you need this many shades?
Either why do you need this many shades, or you don't have enough shades. Like 40 shades isn't enough. Where are the rest? It's crazy. I mean, yeah. Well, people are always going to be negative about anything. Literally anything.
It's just like, it's makeup. How can you find anything to be like shitty about? But whatever. I think it's great. Yeah, I really want to try it. I've like watched a few videos of people reviewing it, and I don't have like oil. I wouldn't say I have oily skin, but I have like combination skin, so I'm open to it.
Yeah. Well, I even. For probably normal skin, I'm sure it's great. I heard it's maybe not so good for dry skin because it's not hydrating, but I think normal to oily skin it would be really nice for, so that's definitely on my list. Also, the Gloss Bomb, that got really good reviews. It's one shade, so it's a universal nude pink shade.
Yeah, I think the one video I watched, she reviewed that.
Yeah, I definitely want to try that. I'm not a huge lip gloss person, but it's said to be not sticky, which is a problem I have with a lot of lip glosses. I don't like sticky.
Same, matte all the way every day. But I don't know, like all of the inclusiveness of this brand is awesome, but people are making it like super political, which I feel is like the theme of the day for a lot of things that are meant to be a lot more like, or like more materialistic, I guess. Like I go on and I watch my like fashion YouTubers because I want to see them tell me about clothes, and now and I'm all for having like a political deep discussion, but if I'm going to these resources to kind of like shut that part of the world out and like get to enjoy some base stuff, like there's one YouTuber, well, will not name, who keeps posting like these, which they should be able to do whatever they want. I'm not like complaining, but they keep posting these political videos, and I agree with them, but I'm like, this isn't the content that I come to you for.
Exactly.
And which is fine. Like I'm not. They like I said, they should be able to create whatever they want, but I might stop watching you then.
Yeah, it's
because like I mean I like I said though I do agree with her. So I enjoy watching it, but that's not what I.
If you don't agree,
right? Or not even if you don't agree. If you don't like give a shit about politics, there's plenty of people who don't care to hear that.
It's really hard to find that balance. I feel like for YouTubers, because on the one hand you want to keep your content centered on what your brand is and what people came to you for. Yeah. But you also, I mean, a lot of YouTubers will get crap for not saying anything, and people are calling them out saying, well, why aren't you sharing
Everyone's
your views
always
on
unhappy.
This? Yeah, they can never be happy, so it's a really fine line. And I know personally the other day, I have a YouTuber that I really love. I think she's so funny. She's great at what she does. She's a beauty YouTuber. But her Twitter gets very political sometimes, and we have totally different, I wouldn't even say political views, just life
opinions
views. Yeah. Like basically I would say I'm a pretty religious person, and she's absolutely not, which is fine. But
like atheist, absolutely not, or just like
atheist.
Oh, okay.
Which is fine, whatever. Believe whatever you want. But when she starts posting saying that religious people are idiots for believing certain things, like that's too far. I had to unfollow her on Twitter, and I'm still gonna watch her YouTube videos because I love her makeup. And like that's awesome, but yeah, it's a fine line. Some things are so horrible that I feel like you need to speak up for. But other things, you shouldn't be putting down anyone's beliefs unless it's hurting someone else. And if it's not hurting anyone, I think.
And I think a lot, because, like, the YouTube community, like, in that sense, has been around for a while now. A lot of them that have, like, OGs that have been around since, like, 2010, 2009 are getting bored. So they're trying to find, like, different, I don't know, a lot of them talk about, like, conspiracy theories, if you will, which is, like...
I think that's a trend now, almost. Like,
is it?
I mean... I've been exposed to them since I was little because my dad's really into them, and so I knew the word
I feel like you're the person who tells me new conspiracy theories every time we talk about it.